All right. Welcome, everybody, to our June kickoff call. So exciting. I'm Marla Stegman. If we have not met, I've been with the products now over 9 years, and business turned accidental, but turned into a huge blessing and opportunity that I just feel so grateful for. We talked recently how we want to start incorporating prayer into our calls, just because we're all pretty religious and we love God. So Andrea is very gifted in that she just can
Not.
awesome
I'm
prayer.
just willing. That's all.
So she is going to start us off in prayer, okay?
All right. Father, I just thank you for every person that is represented here. And we know that not only just the people that are on this call, but that there's such a huge ripple effect that goes out to so many people, our family members and the people we've shared with, and this whole entire team, God. And we know that it's not by accident that we've all um, crossed paths and come together. And Lord, I just thank you for the ways that you have moved in our lives, whether it's through health or finances or just through the community and the connection and the inspiration. And Lord, we thank you and we offer this time to you. We offer our talents and our gifts and our abilities to you. And we thank you for just giving us the grace for each day so that we can use these bodies for your glory. In Jesus' name, amen.
That was beautiful. Isn't she great? Thank
Yes.
you, Andrea. So I was going to show you guys the calendar for June, but there was a communication gap between my VA and I. So she's going to get those to me tonight. She didn't see that I had put everything in the tasks because she doesn't get notified. So anyway, I don't have it to show you, but I'm going to cover what's happening in June and some things. We're each going to take turns kind of telling our piece of what we're doing as with the activities. But to start off with, I started doing a newsletter for everybody in the downline. So that's like a lot of people. So you might, get an email from me, and it's just kind of covering our events. And I'm going to share a few of my favorite things through each month. And it just helps with kind of our community and what we have going on with our team. Corporate has a lot going on as well, but it's just another communication tool. And we're offering a lot of events that are going to help you on your health journey, but also help you share with others so that you don't have to be the person that knows it all. So I'm excited about that. We had in May a Get Active challenge, and that was just challenging each of us to get more steps in. So there was a soft challenge or a hard challenge. It was amazing. We had so many active people. Even on day 14, we had like over 90 comments in the check-in post. So I'm just so proud of everybody for stepping up and just committing to your health, because our products are amazing and they work, but they're a tool. Like it's along with getting going on these products isn't just about the products. It's about making your lifestyle be a healthier one and becoming better at reading labels as you go through your health transformation. So with that, we had a winner. We gave away a pair of tennis shoes to the person that commented consistently every check-in. And that is Darlene Brown. And she is on here. She hasn't got her shoes yet, but I wanted her to just kind of share, what the health challenge did for her. And yeah, just kind of share just 1 or 2 minutes. Darlene, you don't have to go into your whole testimony of the product. She's been with the products with me probably since 8 years ago, 8.5 years ago, about.
Yep.
So she's had amazing health transformations as well. But so you want to just speak to that, to the challenge? And
Sure. Hi everybody. Yeah, like Marla said, it'll be 8 years in July that I started the products. Sometimes I'm a little bit more consistent than others, but for the most part, yeah, I don't dare quit them at this point. for the active, the active 1.0, I guess the first day I kind of struggled. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. And I'm like, okay, no, I can do this. I got up in the morning and I walked every night. Um, and it just got to be kind of like, okay, I need to do this. You know, there was no way around it. I made a point to make sure I got my steps in. And at the end of the day, you feel so much better. And knowing that you are accountable to other people and that, you know, you got to check in. I think that's the biggest part, is having to check in and let people know what you have or haven't done. So yeah, it was almost kind of like it was addicting once I got started, and I couldn't stop. So, and at the end of the day, I look and I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't think I'd like walk that far, and I slept better. I feel better. Um, yeah, it's a good thing, and excited about the new tennis shoes. So the weight loss part of it, I was hoping for a little bit more than in that aspect, I guess. It was like 5 pounds, but it's better than nothing, I guess. But um, you know, I guess there's menopausal things going on in my body and all that kind of stuff that I'm dealing with as well. And that's been a huge thing that's kind of maybe stalling me in a lot of areas right now, that some doctor and I are trying to get those things figured out as well, but we'll get there. But yeah, it's just fun to hear everybody's comments and good job and keep up the good work. And we all need to hear that every day, no matter what we do, you know. So yeah, it's just a great community of people to be involved with in this group. So yeah.
Awesome. And you broke up your walking. You did like a 30-minute chunk in the morning and then did a 30-minute chunk in the evening to get your 10,000 steps in. You went way over that, like many days, but your job is pretty sedentary. I mean, being at a bank, you sit a lot.
Actually, I get more steps in at work than I really think I do. I don't have a printer in my office. I have to get up and go to the printer, the copier all the time. So that helps a lot. The water machine is downstairs. I get a lot of steps in at work. I'm going to say maybe at least 3,000 steps just in at work every day. So that helps a lot too.
Yeah. So on the average, did you keep track of your steps before our challenge? Like what was your average?
Actually, on my watch, I didn't know that the activity one showed steps. I was just blogging like miles. And then my girlfriend's daughter's like, well, this is how you do that. So then I was able to show my steps. So that was like more of an incentive to see how many steps that I actually got in. But knowing the kind of figuring out what the miles were was the steps. But yeah, I'd go like 2 miles in the morning before work, and then usually at least 2 miles at night when I got home, and then just during the day. And the weekend was outside in the yard and working in the yard, and it just happened. So,
well, I'm so glad that you did it with us. And, we put these out there for all of us, like to stay accountable for our health habits, to get better and better. And so I'm so proud of you. So thank you for sharing. And now we have the new one with our protein added. So we're increasing our protein. And with that, we might need more BioCleanse. So be careful, everybody that's in that, because protein can plug you up a little bit as well. But there's protein recipes in there, if you haven't seen those, that are featured at the top. There's 2 different booklets. Then we're taking our supplements, we're drinking our water, and we got to pick our own walking pace. So your 2 options were either 10,000 and more, or you just pick where you're at and you want to improve. Even if it's 10 steps each day, it's to progress. So that's how this one is set up. And I'm really excited. Our first night to check in is tonight. And then we're giving away a walking pad, and we're having pop-up prizes. So you will earn the opportunity to have your name in a drawing when you check in all 14 nights. You have to do all 14 to get your name in that grand prize. So it'll be fun to see us all cheering each other on to stick with it. So that's about all I was going to cover with the challenge. So thank you, Darlene. Is Kelly on here yet? Kellie Karlstad, you're here. All right, she's going to talk about something. We do these Gut Health 15s, which is 15 minutes of a piece of a testimony and a little bit about Plexus and the products. And Kelly Hulst did the one last week, did an amazing job. So Kelly's going to speak to the one coming up this week.
Yes, I have my Barbie attire on to get excited for convention. If you're wondering why this crazy woman is dressed the way she is, I had to do it for you guys. I just got my hair today. So yes, this Thursday, as we're doing each Thursday, is our Gut Health 15. We're not going to do one over convention week, though. We have a guest on each one that shares about 5 minutes of their testimony. And then we talk about specific products and give you a little bit more information on those products and leave a little bit of room for any questions, but it's just 15 minutes long. We have a great script that we use that Marla put together. And I'm excited to do the first one of this month. So the gal that I have coming on, she's a busy mama and was tired all the time and really had some struggles because she has 5 kids. So she's going to share, and then we'll continue on with more education after that.
I can't keep a straight face.
I know.
Those of you that don't know, haven't been to convention, Plexus has an amazing convention. Every year they do a theme, and this year we have a Barbie theme, and Kelly's going to knock it out of the park, of course. So I can't wait to see all of us dressed up on that theme night. Oh, that's going to be great. So with that, let's bounce back to Helen McFadden, our Diamond sponsor or upline, Double Diamond, who is, we're so fortunate to have her on the call. So she's going to speak a little bit to convention, aren't you, Helen?
Absolutely. So hi, everybody. It's always so fun to join you. And I have to say, Kelly, I like, you know how like if you don't touch your screen, the names go away. Well, all of a sudden when you popped on, I was like, what ambassador is that? I've never seen her before. And I'm like, of course it's Kelly. Oh, I just love you. Anyways, okay. So here's the deal about convention. I mean, there are just some things that are non-negotiable, right? And I just am such a advocate for any kind of company-sponsored event. You know, the company puts it on for us. And I know it's not too late to go, right? I mean, we still have room and, you know, you find a way, make a way. But I just kind of want to give you a little bit of perspective about my history in taking events seriously. So for those of you who don't know, before Plexus, I was in Mary Kay Cosmetics from 1993 until 2009. So about 16 years I was with that company. And we had 4 events a year once I became a sales director, which was the equivalent to an emerald. In my first, about a year in, I became a sales director, earned the car and all that kind of stuff. And as a director, we had to be somewhere for a director conference in January. We had a career conference for the whole company in March. We had a big seminar in Dallas, Texas every July when it was 110 degrees, and we had to wear closed-toed shoes, pantyhose, and wool suits. And I just remember the cab drivers were always like, y'all are crazy. And we're like, we have to wear this. So we were committed. And then we would have a fall retreat. And I can tell you in 16 years, I missed 1 convention. And that's because I had a son, my first baby, June 24th, and he was like 2 weeks old. And I really was nervous as a new mom to bring him into a room of 10,000 women. And then a few years later, I had my other son, and he was due in February, and our conference was in late January, and I just couldn't fly. So there's certain reasons, you know, that are obviously, you know, like you can't go, but every other time with little kids, all the things. Their dad was a flight attendant, so he was gone a lot. I always had to arrange, but I never, ever, ever, ever missed. And so when I joined Plexus 3 years after getting out of Mary Kay, a lot of people like Sonia and I, we moved up the ranks pretty quickly. You know, we went Emerald in 6 months. I was a Diamond 9 months later. And what happened was, you know, people are always like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? We brought a lot of skills into joining Plexus. And I attribute it to because I treated my Mary Kay Cosmetics business like a job. I had never been in network marketing before that. I didn't even know what it was. It was really direct sales, same kind of thing. But the bottom line was I looked at any kind of opportunity that the company was throwing anything to, you know, our way was school. And I figured I needed to get my degree, my master's degree, my PhD in network marketing. And there was no better area. People could put on extra little events here and there, but if the company was putting it on, I had to be there. It was non-negotiable. And I told my husband when I joined, this is going to be my career. This is what I want to do, you know, yada, yada, yada. And it was like I had to go. Like, it wasn't even like, should I go? Can I go? All the things. It was like, I have to go. And that's the mentality, the difference between people who maybe have like one toe in, or you can, I mean, there's a million reasons why we can't go, right? It's summer, there's distractions up the wazoo for those of us who have kids and other commitments and things like that. But it's always comes back to what is your commitment level and how bad do you want it? Because I can promise you, anyone who's ever gone to our Plexus convention or any Plexus event for that matter, never goes, well, that was a total waste of time. I wish I hadn't gone. I wish I hadn't made 100,000 new friends and got to meet the executives and see the new products and, you know, go to the parties and all the fun things. Like, there's so, like, conventions, like everything wrapped up in one. But more than anything, like, it is critical for you to be there for your team. You know, how can, like, you know, to whom much is given, much is required. If we're leaders and we want to build a team of committed ambassadors because we're committed, that's one more reason why it's non-negotiable. And so for those of you who know me, I like to shell out tough love, and I hope you hear my heart when I give it, because it's always to help you and to maybe shine a light on a new perspective that maybe you hadn't thought of, or maybe to convict you, or maybe, you know, something is just like, okay, this is what I needed. And I always, like with Andrea's prayer, like, I just always ask for God to use my heart and my words to help people to tap into their greatness, to believe they're worthy. And you know, we just have to believe if we're in this business, it's the biggest blessing ever, is it not? I mean, health is everything. Like, I loved Arlene's testimony, like, been on the products for 8 years and committed and doing the accountability thing and all that stuff. It's all such good stuff, right? Like, Plexus is just, everything about it is just so awesome. And so I just believe with all my heart that convention is a non-negotiable thing. And even if you're not like super, super, super serious in your business, team builder, all the things, and you're just still discovering it, you will leave there with new friends and new perspective. And it just will not be a waste of time. I promise you. And can I get an amen from Marla and all of y'all who've ever been, that I would not steer you wrong. It's like, in Vegas, are you kidding? And our team, like my Diamond team, that my downline, Sonia and Michelle, the three of us are hosting a really, really fun party in Sonia's suite the night of the gold party. So if you're going to the gold party, you can come to both, because it's going to be, you know, overlapping with that. But that's always my favorite 2-3 hours of the entire convention, because I get to love on all the people who are on my team and that have blessed me so much. And you get to just get our team pictures, and just really mingle. And it's, you know, it's the best. So I don't know if I took too long, Marla, but I'm passionate about committing and just drawing your line in the sand and just doing it. Don't second guess. Don't overthink it. Just go.
No, I'm so passionate about it too, because the first convention I went to, I think I was a gold ambassador, and it changed everything. Like, it just built belief that, and just hearing the people's stories and how they're just ordinary people and they were able to do this, you know, and yeah.
And the best people. Like, when I say Plexus is just good, like, You guys are awesome. We're just a microcosm of like this massive, big organization. I have never in my life met better people than in Plexus. I mean, God has truly blessed this company with just quality, kind-hearted, good-hearted people. And if you think about it, to choose something like health and wellness, you have to, and really be good at it, you have to really love people. Nothing to take away from leggings or makeup or, but like health and wellness, like to build trust with people, for them to share their health issues with you and to partner with you on their health journey says a lot for all of us who are successful at this, and have built customers. It takes a special kind of person to be willing to be patient with people, because as a Weight Watcher leader, I know, people can say all day long they're ready to get healthy. They come to a meeting, they'd go 2-3 meetings in a row, and I wouldn't see them until next January after Christmas, right? And so there's so many things about Plexus that's awesome. And if you go, it'll just be one more huge layer in your journey that you will just build, like Marla said, so much belief and commitment to going after your dreams and your goals.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, we don't want to take too long tonight, but I'm going to jump over to the rest of the calendar. So Thursdays, if you guys want to mark that down, 8:30 is the Thursday Gut Health 15s. We're doing every Thursday except the week of convention. We're taking that whole week off. Next Monday, we're doing a brand ambassador only call. We're doing a 10-10-10. That is 10 minutes of mindset training, 10 minutes of, can't even remember now. We just came up with this. Well, we're doing 10-10-10. So it breaks it up in 10 minutes of work time. So we actually are going to invite people to our event. So we're going to sit and talk about that, how that can look, things you can say to get people to go, whatever. So that's going to be Monday. And then Wednesday, the middle of the month, I started last month doing a customer care call. That's at noon. And that's a project broadcast text to everybody. So that's just helping those on the products answer questions, figure out if the regimen's working, talk about gut health and how that relates to, it's how we need to use our products with healthy habits and what is important about that. And I'm only trying to go 20 minutes with it. So that's going to be offered on the 12th at noon, and there will be a recording, and that'll be shared in our Healthy Living again. And then that next Thursday, the 13th, I have a gal on, and her testimony is like this long. She's a Ruby now. It's her autoimmune issues. She had everything. Like her life was awful. 18 years she dealt with a lot of issues. And anyway, her story is going to be amazing on the 13th. And then on the last week is really exciting. The Monday after convention, where all of us that went to convention are going to share just our takeaway, our top takeaway. Those of you on here, you probably didn't know that you're going to be doing that, but whoever can be on the call, we're just going to, that's for everybody to get on. We're going to talk about the new products because we'll know what the new products are at that time. So that'll just be really exciting. And then Kelly Hulst is going to share about our last Thursday, how that's going to run. She has something really cool planned. I'm so excited.
Okay, yes, this has been in the works for a while, kind of rolling around in my head after Andrea and her Crookston team got on this bandwagon. And I had a friend of mine over, Karen, and I know some of you know her. She's on the products as well. Okay, so she was over, and she just retired from Altru. Also, she was in like the psych behavioral departments or whatever. So loves people, right? And she's wanting to fill something to do now, right? So I was bouncing this off her. It's like, well, what if we got together? Would you come? Kind of like, would you come to something like this? And she's like, oh, Kelly, I would love to. And I've even got ideas on things that we could do. So my idea at that time that I ran by her was to have something not necessarily all about Plexus, but still health and wellness focused, again, kind of copying what Andrea is having success with her group in Crookston. So for the first Thursday, which is the 27th, and we don't have deets on this yet, times and stuff like this, but it will be at my home every time we do this all summer. And the first week we're going to go over how to read labels. Because if you know me, I love teaching. I love learning about this stuff because it's so fascinating to me and there's so much validity in it. But that is a part that I have struggled with. I think I eat healthy because I'm eating salad. Well, if you take a look at, my salad dressings in my fridge and I start looking at the labels, they're not also healthy. So that's what we're going to focus on. And then we will share a meal together, which I will make, and we'll use, what we're going to do is we're going to look at salad dressing labels and condiment labels. Then we're going to make one from scratch that is super easy. And then I'll have a meal based around, this time the salad, that will be kind of our focus. So that's what we have planned. Again, I don't have a lot of other details other than that, but come, and the intention is to bring friends. It's going to be a non-threatening thing. Of course, we're going to talk about plexus in there someplace because we just need to do that, but it's not going to be focused and marketed for that reason.
You had me at meal.
I hope you all come.
I'm like, down, be there.
I want to come.
Yay. No, you can't because it might snow.
Or I'm not going.
Marla and I put a little twist on it, Kel. We thought, wouldn't it be fun for each of us to bring, let's just say, 3 food items to kind of look at the labels as you're teaching us.
I think that's a good idea.
We'll donate all the food that we collect to the food bank or to the homeless shelter.
Awesome. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay.
And then another spring off of this that we planned without you, Kelly Hulst. Kelly's too busy to get involved in our meetings a lot of times. So we were thinking for our last gut health event, wouldn't it be fun for those that stayed to just do like a round robin and share our gut health piece of our story on our gut health?
So we'll go live from your house.
So we're never going to leave on that night, Kelly. We're over.
That will be at the lake. Y'all are welcome to stay. Totally fine.
Party at Kelly's.
So whoever wants to stay till 8:30 on that Thursday, we'll do our 15-minute real quick, just kind of like a round robin. Whoever's sitting there gets to share their health testimony. We'll still cover the format of gut health, a piece of gut health, and about the products as well. So how does that sound?
I'm in.
Okay, that'll be fun. And yeah, bring in our food items, what our favorite ones are, and it has to be packaged, I suppose. Can't bring a head of broccoli. We know that's good, but yeah, so that'll be fun, Kelly, just learning together. And that's what this is all about, is learning to be better consumers and have better lives, and just up level as we mature and go through life together. And yeah, we're just so fortunate. Kelly's has a beautiful home in Grand Forks on the golf course. She loves to entertain, and she whips up food faster than I can like do in 3 days. Like she can 10 minutes make a dressing that, is it the mango dressing?
We could definitely make that one. I was thinking we'd make more than one. We'll probably make like 2 or 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Marcia just had a really good question and was wondering if we could do it virtually. I think, especially the part, where we're learning about labels. I think that's a great idea, Marcia.
I did too.
Stacy, you are already invited. Jasmine's going for the dressing.
We're going to have to somehow get an RSVP to you, so we'll work that out too with you, Kelly.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. And there will be a cost involved too.
Yeah.
People will have to pay something because there'll be supplies that we'll have to do and whatever. But I don't think that's going to be an issue. I really don't. I think women crave community, and I need to get better at it. I love it when it's the anticipation of going. Sometimes it's like, I'm in my sweats. I think I'm just going to play Frisbee with the dog. But if I actually get myself cleaned up and go, kind of like Helen's saying with convention, it's like, oh my stars, I can't believe that I almost chose not to do that. I would have so missed out on,
Right. Good point.
I like the virtual thing.
I know. Yeah, so I'm excited for that. And with that, Kelly, I don't know if you saw my message. Do you want to cover, Kellie Karlstad, the incentives just quick?
Oh gosh, if I can remember what they are. I know that The number 4 is really important this month. Bringing 4 friends into health with Plexus. And when you do that, you get a double business building bonus
The first
on each of them. Yeah, that's tremendous.
Yeah, the 1st through the 15th. They're stopping that on the
Yes.
15th. Yep.
And reason being is because after the 15th, which we will be at convention then that week, they've got a surprise for us, those that have brought 4 people into the business. So yeah, we need to get that done the next 2 weeks. Let's see. There was something else.
Well, those that are new customers in June get a $10 credit for July on their order.
Yeah.
That's even subscriptions. So I don't know how that's going to look, but that's really cool. And then our $10 for new VIPs is still the same, the promo code for that. And then current VIPs, if they haven't ordered in the last month, they can use a Save 10 code. And rank rewards.
Yes. If you're the sponsor or the ambassador that ranks up, you get great bonuses this month. Awesome. So there is something we didn't really talk about, the medical chat event that we are doing on the 11th and the 25th. So those are a Tuesday night at 9 o'clock. We're going to have testimonials from medical people in the medical field and talk a little bit about the product. So you guys, those are events that you can invite anybody to. And it's just a great opportunity for people to become educated and to belief build, so anybody that's already on the products or anybody that is thinking about the products, great time to invite them into that messenger chat. So again, though, that's going to take place on the 11th and the 25th.
And I forgot to mention opportunity events every Sunday night at 8 Central Time. We are teaming up with Melissa Eichenhorst, which I believe is under Helen somewhere. She's a diamond under Helen, right, Helen? Did she hop off? I think she hopped off. Anyway, yeah. Every Sunday night at 8, there's 3 testimonies of people that started, most of them for health, but then it turned into a 6-figure business. And it's such a great place for people just to hear more stories, even if they're not interested in the opportunity, just to hop on to hear a piece of their health story. And if you need that link, just talk to your sponsor or me. And then they also give you the opportunity to text a number. And what you get back in that text is the steps to, earn cash with your referral link. It steps you through that individually. So that's been a great add-in for our calendar as well. And what was the other? I was going to share that information if I can find it quick. Does anyone have any questions about the calendar? I guess put them in the chat or unmute yourself because it's a lot going on in June. Can't find it now, but anyway, it was about the sales, Kelly, that we learned. And oh, here it is. I found it. Okay, so I want you guys to hear this. We think that, I'm doing too much Plexus or I'm saying too many things. Here's how marketing works, you guys, and how psychology is with selling, okay? The first 4 times that you see an advertisement, you hardly notice it. It just is entering your radar pretty much. The 5th time you see it and you finally read it. The 6th through the 8th time, it appears and it starts to annoy you. By the 9th time, you start to wonder if there's maybe something to it. On the 10th, 11th, and 12th time, it prompts you to casually think about it. Maybe you ask a friend about it or do a quick scan through their website, and the rest is history. Forget about it. But then the 13th time you see an advertisement, the product or service is worth something to you. Views 14 through 19 times that you've seen something advertised, you slowly convince yourself to make a purchase and start saving for it. By the 20th time you see the same advertisement and you buy it. So think about that. That's how it just works. And if you think about anything you've bought, a lot of times, I mean, I can think of a lot of things. I go through that same cycle. So when you talk to somebody about the products or you're on Facebook, just know that it takes 20 times. And that's where the messaging people and asking them to, you know, hey, do you want to hop on an event and learn about these gut health products with me is more like you're inviting them to, you know, a show. Kind of, it really is. It's just learning. And people, you know, after you ask them and it's a no, it's really just the beginning of a conversation where they're going to become more aware about what you're talking about. They'll pay more attention to what you're posting, what they hear. Because over 9 years ago, gut health was not like really talked about that much. When I started sharing, and I got told a lot of things from people that I could have stopped because it wasn't encouraging things. It was things that make you want to cry. And I'm so glad I didn't let that interfere my belief. And I kept just going forward with what I felt was right, because I knew what these products did for me. And if I knew if they did it for me, they have to be able to help everybody else. And when I started researching all the gut health, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like, this just makes sense. So anyway, I wanted to share that psychology piece. So it's so important, you know, we are in sales, even though we don't want to be salesy, but you know, how we market, how we show up with energy and speaking to people with confidence about the products, because we know what they are worth. You know, it's not always about just our story, it's everyone else's story together can really help so many people. So yeah, that rambled a little bit more. I was going to speak to sleep gummies. These are a product of the quarter as well. You get them at a discounted rate when you use them for your perks points this quarter. And if you have not tried these sleep gummies, you guys, these are a game changer for sleeping. Take them 30 to 60 minutes before you go to bed. Okay. All right. I think that's it. Did I forget anything?
I think you got it all. Just go for no, you guys. Go for no 20 times.
Yes. Yes. Be on repeat. All right. Thanks, everybody. Got a little longer, but I hope it helped you understand what's happening this month.
Good night.
Bye.